On the 1st of January 1632, His Majesty King Charles I of England saw fit that the Crown Colonies on the east coast of the Americas were to be reconstituted and unified under a single colonial government, namely the 13 Colonies. I, DrNickDoom, as a loyal subject of the Crown, will be leading this newly established colonial government. And on this day I make a proclamation to all people within the 13 Colonies and beyond, that I will, first and foremost, work for the betterment of the Crown and its subjects. Secondly, that I will extend the boundaries of the 13 Colonies in order to bring civilization and the light of God to lands where it has previously been forsaken. And finally, that I will extend all rights and responsibilities of being a citizen of the 13 Colonies to anyone who will pledge allegiance to the Crown. Okay, ladies and gentlemen, now that my in-character speech is sort of out of the way, let's address what I'll actually be doing. It's a EU4 Let's Play, which I'll be starting on the 1st of January 1632. You'd probably guessed that bit already. The reason we picked this date is due to the game mechanics of a colonial nation being formed when there's 5 cities of a, like normal power in a particular region. This is the first time that the 13 Colonies appear. In fact, unless I wanted to play as a Spanish or a Portuguese colonial company, this is the first one formed. It's the first English one formed. It's the third. England is the third country to form one. Although, look at Spain. Spain has a lot of them, and these things have comparable military armies. Total, the top end, please. Look, you see Spain here. New Spain has 24,000 troops. I find very quickly they get up to 60-odd thousand. They're big and scary. They would be too big to play, I think, because they're going to be quite easy. And I'm a British subject. Now, I should probably go through what I meant in the speech. Effectively, I've addressed the start time now. This is because it's when the 13 Colonies first appear. I am going to be playing as a loyal British subject to the Crown. I am going to make no attempts at becoming independent. Which is probably strange, because a lot of people will say, well, playing as the 13 Colonies, then it's an earlier start to like the American Civil War. You play and then you would rebel against England. But no, I'm going to try and stay under England. I'm not 100% sure how the Liberty Desire works. I think unless I get really unlucky with events, and unless England taxes me 100%, which would be a bit harsh, I can forego starting independence. But if they tax me like 75 and then I get an event that hits me like for plus 25, then it's likely that I will end up forced declaring independence by my people. At that point, we'll have to figure out what it is I'm going to do, but we'll address that if that bridge comes. Secondly, I said I'm going to work for the betterment of the Crown. Oh, sorry. I said first and foremost I'm going to work for the betterment of the Crown, but I already said I was a loyal British citizen. So I am going to try and make my colony as big as possible, because as powerful as possible. Because, you never know, I might be able to send troops that help England in a continental war. We know how bad England is at dealing with such things. And there's a lot, like France. If England gets to war with France, then I have a vital opportunity to try and hurt France by attacking its colonies. Or Spain, they're big and scary. But yeah, I could be a turning point in a war for England. So we need to be big, strong, have a good military. Secondly, I said I'm going to be expanding, and of course I am. Now, I'm probably going to go against when historically the British was a little bit more... Oh, we'd end up turning our back on them anyway, but we did make alliances with the native tribes. I'm not going to. I'm going to conquer them, because I think it's the quickest way that I can expand. And as I've said, I want to expand and bring civilization, being at a higher tech level like we are, and our religion to all these territories. So we're going to be spreading Protestantism. Yep, oh, we need to get rid of some reform that's here. That's probably taken from a Dutch. I think the Dutch are here, in New Amsterdam, as it will still be called, but what we all guys know as New York. I'm going to have to take that eventually at some point. But and thirdly, I said that I'm going to extend the rights and privileges of anyone, to anyone who joins. Effectively, I'm going to make a point of, if say I do take over the Dutch here, as long as they don't rebel, I'm going to leave them as the culture that they are. I'm not going to make any particular attempts to change people's culture. Which I don't know whether it's going to be a good thing or bad thing. It sounded good in the speech. So that's where we stick it, why I put it in. Now, I would like to point out that I'm recording this after recording the first 8 episodes, so I know a little bit about what's going to go on, but I wanted to make a little preface video to show what I was planning on doing. So a bit of this might be recovered in the first episode. All I can say is please give it a bit of time, maybe try and watching 1 or 2 before you make your decision. But I also do know that with it being the new patch, and it was originally recorded on the day or the day after release. It's taken me a while to get it released, get it ready actually, because I recorded not at home, I was somewhere else, and in real life, problems in getting it started. But as I'm recording this now, it should be going live, the first episode live today. But I know that there has been some crashing problems, which a few people have mentioned before. A few people have blamed it on Fraps. I use DxTory, so I know they hook in the same way. But DxTory is usually a little bit better, but it does mean that we'll have a few jumps back. And as I said, it's only over my second game of EU4. I played a hell of a lot of EU3. No, third, sorry, now I played Austria as well. But, of course, with the new expansion coming out, I'm learning some of the rules. Like, I know now that it was 5 cities that are required, not 5 colonies in an area. Which I've been watching some of the Let's Plays, and that's been a point of confusion. And I use the term Crown Colony in the speech. What I'm meaning by that is, like, these are here, are still England. They're not under a colonial company, so these are a colony as far as I'm concerned. 13 Colonies is a colony, New Spain is a colony, New Granada is a colony. The ones like this here, these are Crown Colonies until they become a colonial company. I didn't know how to describe them properly, so I've been saying that I don't know what the rest of the Paradox community is calling them, but yeah. So let's see, computer crashes. I think that's about it. Now, I do have 8 episodes already recorded, which is well over 4 hours of content, so if you are watching and you're leaving me some comments, and I have made some stupid mistakes, give me a little bit of time so that, for when I record again. Obviously, any comments earlier on are more likely to be caught in the next recording session, and I do read all my comments. I also reply to the majority of them. I have to say the majority now. I had originally endeavoured to reply to all of them, but Google Plus has made that harder because sometimes I can't comment on you. So sometimes I'll post on your wall on YouTube or your Google Plus account, because I can't reply to your comment, but I can go direct to your wall and post something, which just baffles me. I can't reply to a comment you make on my video, but I can, like, go to the equivalent of your home and knock on the door and say hello. But no. Anyway, ladies and gentlemen, there should be an annotation on the screen now to take you to the first episode, and it'll be the playlist. So if you have caught this a little bit later, there might be 1 or 2 episodes for you to watch. If you've caught it on the first day, there'll at least be 1. Please let me know what you think, and I hope you enjoy. Goodbye.